Welcome to the final map in this particular semi-final, guys, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Entombed Valley. We have our German Protoss ace. Very strong GM player, but he needs to win one more map. His name is AcRo. His opponent going to be spawning in the bottom left location as the blue Zerg player, our Swedish champion from MTL. He also just needs to win one more map. It all comes down to this. We have MTL's 1. Very, very tense PvZ here, guys. And after this, we are going to be going into the other semi-final as well, which will determine the second player to go through. Bling will be playing the winner of Johnny Rico and Orc. So it's going to be another PvZ, but we don't know which Zerg player is yet. I just refreshed the brackets and they haven't been updated, so I don't know if those games have been played. I'll probably get an update during this game. And these two players have really been at it hammer and tongs. Now, AcRo has effectively chosen Entombed as the last map. This is going to be significantly easier for him to potentially two-base all in on than we saw on Daybreak. The rush distance from top to bottom is pretty minimal compared to the previous map. It's effectively a straight line from natural ramp to natural ramp. So we could see that kind of play come out of it again. But one has had 2 games to prepare for this kind of play now. So he's used to it. And he must be thinking to himself, well, if he's done it 2 games in a row, there's no reason why he can't do it in a third game. So he has to be very, very careful indeed. As this probe taking a little bit of a wider route this time. Going to try and pick apart this drone a little bit more, and one might actually be able to get the hatchery down if he's not careful here. AcRo moving a little bit too far away. Oh, that was so unbelievably close to getting the hatch down. And I think AcRo realized that, moving his probe in a little bit of a closer arc after that happened. And no pylon block, ladies and gentlemen. So the probe is just going to be moving straight in after that, and the hatch will be able to go down. 4 lings already on the way now for 1. As we have the Forge and Gateway going down after the Nexus first once again. And will these Lings be able to make it? They're probably not, because worst case scenario, one can just put another building in this gap to wait until the cannon finishes, which is exactly what he's going to do if those Lings venture too far out in the middle of the map. Let's take a look here. Those Lings now going to be moving out. We have the cannon about halfway complete, so the Lings potentially could get in, but the probe should be able to plant down a building there. And 3 Lings now approaching the ramp, and oh, he misses the pylon, and dear, oh dear, just, oh dear, 3 Lings squeeze through. One almost goes down. That really needed to be a gateway, or that pylon needs to be much better placed there. And, oh, one might actually be losing an Overlord here, so that could be very careless of him. He's busy microing the Lings inside the base. The Overlord does go down, but now we have 3 Lings in the main base. That's going to be so unbelievably frustrating. He hasn't killed off any workers yet. He needs to try and prevent as much mining as possible at this point of the game. So these Lings really just going to be harassing the probe line, forcing as many of them to stop mining as possible. One of the Lings already down, though, and a second one nearly going down there. They're down to about 3/4 health. Going to be going to the other side, trying to stop mining on that gas, just harassing AcRo as much as humanly possible, as much as Zergly possible, I guess, in this particular situation, as AcRo tries to calmly micro there, and a little bit unfortunate, really, as the first Zealot, oh dear, picks apart another Zergling as well. So unfortunately, one will not be able to get additional worker kills here unless something happens where a single Zergling is able to pop them all out. And we do at least have a scouting probe being taken apart. So that's a little bit of a consolation there as MTL's 1 takes his 3rd base. In the meantime, the Zealot only 2 hits away from destroying that Zergling here. So I will be able to get some scouting information, but not too much else done. And there we go, the Zergling actually disappearing in a moment of non-micro. And as a result, everything is going to be transitioning back to normal. A couple of Lings getting into the base, very annoying for AcRo there, but an Overlord getting lost for 1 at the same time. 37 to 32 workers in favor of our Zerg at the moment, and a very quick 3rd base this game coming in from AcRo. So we will not see a 2-base timing. Could this be mind games? Of course, this map, the distance from natural ramp to natural ramp is not as big as it is on Daybreak, so maybe MTL's 1 is expecting a 2-base all-in, but that Ling stayed in the base for quite a long time and didn't see a robotics facility go down because 1 simply didn't go down. Instead, AcRo is going to be taking his third base. We see a couple of Lings now moving up to the third base location, which is now being completely walled off by additional gateways. So let me just check if an Overlord has spotted the third base. He has not. So that means that one has no way of knowing whether that there is a third base here or whether it's a fake out, and these gates are going to be part of a two-base all-in. The only Overlord is over to the left-hand side of the natural, as we saw just now. Let's find out what he ends up doing in response. He is continuing to drone up right now. He's not feeling particularly threatened, so perhaps he believes that the third base has indeed gone down. A robotics facility only now just going down for AcRo, so he won't be able to get as many Immortals out quite as quickly, and the macro hatch already going down in the main base for one. 2 Evo chambers coming out now, so potentially going for double upgrades as well. Being very greedy with this build. He definitely assumes the third base has gone down now because MTL's 1 has taken his own fourth base in the bottom center location. And 1-1 and Zergling speed all getting researched at the same time now is going to be the point at which he takes approximately all of the gas. All 6 gases being taken now from our Zerg player. So he has guessed correctly. The third base has gone down for AcRo. This is not a 2-base timing. Really nice move there to hold his nerve. I want to give props to both of these players, to AcRo for switching it up on a map where it would be slightly easier to 2-base all-in on compared to Daybreak and going for the macro game, and props to MTL1 as well for not falling for the potential fake out here and just going straight to 4-base macro mode. So really good job from both of these players. Let's see which one only one of them of course can attend I-47 with that sponsorship package. Don't forget, even if they lose this best of 3, there are still 2 additional chances to qualify next week and the week after, or at least two out of 3 of the next 3 Thursdays. I don't know if there's going to be something else coming on as well. And yeah, and they can also enter, of course, I-47, just show up and play as well, but without the sponsorship package if they end up not winning one of these qualifiers. But for now, AcRo is going to be going straight up to Colossi. We see the Robotics Bay going down straight away, an additional 3 gateways coming down for him as well, and a Blink and +2. So macroing it up quite heavily here on Entombed Valley. In the meantime, an Observer going to be spotting everything that's going on in the first 3 bases. Will he spot the 4th has been taken? He should kind of suspect that in a little bit. 28 Lings being produced from 1 though, and he does have a decent chunk of army sitting outside the natural expansion. Going to be giving it a little bit of a poke in at the moment, going to realize that actually that's probably not a good idea at this point of the game. Infestation Pit going down now, and 1-1 nearly complete. Clear of Reconstitution, an additional 16 Lings on the way here, so MTL's 1 looking to put some Zergling based aggression on his opponent as well. Now going to be mixing in some Roaches, 10 of them incoming, and the Infestation Pit popping along as well. 2-2 immediately gets started for the Ling, so Ling Infester appears to be the backbone of this potential army coming in here, and Overseer does get destroyed before it ever reaches the main base. 2 robotics facilities are now out for AcRo, and of course going so early onto that 3 base, why the heck not? Meanwhile, none of the tech has actually been spotted so far from 1 from the looks of things. Where is the robotics bay located? It's okay, it's there, pretty much tucked away from everything, and I don't think anything has been seen. So he's going to have to guess at the moment until he gets hit by a decent number of Colossi, but he's making another Overseer. He's going to try and get another Scout off into the main base. Extended Thermal Lance is almost done already, and Ground Weapons level 2 is complete in about 35 seconds, in addition to double Colossi production. So this could actually end up be a huge timing off the 3 bases for AcRo. Will 1 be ready for it? His creep spread is really good out into the middle of the map at the moment, but only Roaches and Lings. These Lings are waiting for that 2-2 upgrade, which are only about half done at the moment. Pathogen Glands is most of the way complete, and 6 Infestors on the way. That's going to be the key in this army. But look at this. 6 additional gateways coming out from AcRo. He really wants to make this timing work, hiding the Colossi in the back until the end here. Let's see if he can execute this. +3 also starting for him. That's a lot of gateways he's going up to here, guys. He's going up to 8 gateways. No, 9. Wait, hang on. Let me just count the number of gateways here. He's going up to 10 gateways in the main base alone, 11 at the natural, up to 14, 16 gateways off of 3 bases. This cannot be sustainable. This actually cannot be sustainable. 10, 12... This is actually ridiculous. He's going up to 17 gateways, ladies and gentlemen. So AcRo only has 1 opportunity to hit because his economy can't support the infrastructure there, and he has to hit really bloody hard. And the Colossi are now revealed as 1 goes up to 190 supply and moves out. He needs to hit right now, but he's waiting for +3 possibly, but that's another 2 minutes away. And in that time, the Infestors are going to be able to get so much energy. This is actually insane. Let's find out what happens here. Only +1 missile attack starting now. The +3 attack is going to be so useful with those Colossi, but we do have +2 armor on these Lings. They might be able to get a decent surround off. It could come down to a couple of force fields on the part of AcRo. He needs to start thinking about moving out, though. Those 2 Colossi still being produced 2 at a time. The Spire only just completing, though, and this is going to be the key. Will he be able to have enough Corruptors out in time to deal with these Colossi? There are 7 now out on the field, and 2 Warp Prisms incoming as well. So here we go. AcRo needs to move out now. We have 8 Corruptors and +1 flyer attacks on the way. I think AcRo could have moved out a lot sooner than this to try and hit before any Corruptors hit the field. But as it currently stands, 1 will have Corruptors to deal with at least some of this army when the engagement takes place. +3 is about to complete the 4 Protoss player. And AcRo is going to be relying on such an enormous timing here. He has 17 gateways, ladies and gentlemen, off of 3 bases. You can't even support 4 gates off of 1 base for a prolonged period of time, as a lot of you older veterans will know. So 17 off of 3 is 5 more than is actually still unsustainable at 12 gates off of 3 base. So here we go. AcRo moving out with 2 Warp Prisms, starting that +1 ground armor as well. Now moving out across the side of the creep. And 1 going for a massive counterattack here. And he's going to be able to get into the base of AcRo first. We could potentially see a base trade situation here. Those Lings going into all 3 bases. There is nothing at home to defend, and AcRo has to go for the base trade now. Game number 3 of the first semifinals, ladies and gentlemen, goes down to a base trade here on Entombed Valley. A lot of sentries being warped in. Are we going to see... Oh, we see a force field being put off in the ramp. He's going to try and force field this army out as long as possible while he demolishes the base of 1. That could be his ticket into the final event. Will it be enough? A lot of spine crawlers going up, but this army is doing so much DPS and 1 actually moving back. I wonder if that's a mistake because the main base, the tech, the layer, everything is going down here for 1 at the moment, and he's going to find it so difficult to engage up this ramp. A lot of Infestors with a decent amount of energy, and the Corruptors going to try and pick apart a couple of these Colossi. Moving in from the back, needs to be careful, does AcRo. He's at 171 supply right now, but he has a really good position against this army. Those Corruptors doing a decent amount of damage. They are starting to melt, though. 151 to 148 supply, and those force fields just zoning everything out. The Colossi continuing to do a decent amount of damage. More Corruptors popping up, but they are actually disappearing quite quickly here. A few more still standing from AcRo. Can 1 continue to remax and get enough done? I really don't know. 101 to 121 supply. This is super close. Even we need to see Warp Prism and more units pop in. He's got so many gateways, but he needs to reinforce. There we go. Finally reinforcing his AcRo. Will it be enough, though? Mutalisks now popping out onto the field as well, but Zealots are being warped in. They have +3 attack. Everything in the main base is demolished. Needs to watch out with those Colossi. If they get surrounded, this could be huge. Both Colossi go down, and the Micro in game number 3 here, rather, not able to save those Colossi, but a lot more Zealots coming in here. Will they be able to save the day on their own? So many gateways worth of Zealots. The 82 supply versus 78. These guys are in a boxing match right now, slugging it out against each other, and AcRo is forced back. He is forced back here. Everything in the main base has been destroyed for 1, but he has his natural expansion. He has his 3rd base, and he has his 4th base up and running. Meanwhile, only the 1 base with 3 mineral patches left for AcRo. This could end up being it in the long run. Unable to reinforce fast enough, but he does have this army out in the middle of the map. AcRo has to win the game with this army. There is no alternative. We take a look at the income tab. 1 is mining 900 minerals a minute. AcRo is mining 200 minerals per minute. There is no comparison right now. And if AcRo doesn't win the game with this army, he could be out, down for the count, and out of this tournament at this very late stage. The Mutas trying their best to pick apart the Stalkers. Only sentries left here. Guardian Shield doing a good job, but AcRo able to hold the Mutas off in the meantime. The 2 Spine Crawlers here will get picked off very quickly. Even up. I'm not sure he should be uprooting those. Wow, force field just to make sure they go down as well. And now we have 3 bases left for 1. Will he be able to hold off with these Mutas? That Colossus needs to be so careful. The Mutas potentially could pick it off. A lot of sentry energy still left here for AcRo. Can he actually do it? Will he win with this attack? Muta's coming back in, Guardian Shield going up. Both sides getting a little bit desperate at the moment. The 4th base location does go down. The Zealots and the Colossus able to take it out. Those Broodlings just unable to do any damage whatsoever to the army. And now we have Infestors. Huge bungle going off on the sentries, and now the Muta's trying to take them apart. No shields left on the sentries, but still 5 of them left here. We need a warp in from AcRo rather. He needs to finish the job off, otherwise he could just go down here. More Mutalisks are being made every second from AcRo here. And this Stalker and Sentry needs to survive. This is such a close game. 59 to 73 supply. The Infestors are on the wrong side of the destructible rocks. Here we go. This is the battle. If the Mutas win this battle, then one is going to walk away with the victory. And oh dear, the sentries are going down. There are only 4 Mutalisks left, but it looks like it's going to be enough with more on the way. And the single Stalker won't be able to salvage this game right now. One is down to 58 supply, but AcRo is down to 43. He is only long distance mining. The Colossus goes down, and I think one has taken a decent foothold in this. But hang on just a second. These Zealots are doing so much damage. He is trying so hard to win this game. The problem is one is still mining and AcRo is not. He is up to 660 minerals a minute, and AcRo is effectively not mining now. He can move forward with a Ling Muta composition and try to destroy the rest of this army. What an intense first semi-final we have been seeing. Unbelievable stuff going here in the first semi-final, and it looks like our Zerg player, MTL's one, our Swedish player, is on the verge of I-47 and the ESET UK Masters final. Force speed's going down in the middle of the map, but the entire army getting picked up by the Ling Muta. GG, congratulations from AcRo, and MTL's one is through.